So here at Vision 2030, we prefer the more challenging jobs. And this one behind me was certainly a challenge. The challenge we faced was the heavy usage of the garden office, the remoteness from the main electrical supply, and how to get enough panels onto the building when there wasn't enough roof space. So as you can see, with a bit of clever engineering, we were able to place 4 panels on the wall facing, and then installed the rest of the panels on the roof to give the maximum output available in order to reduce the energy bill as much as we possibly could. On top of that, internally, we've installed 2 8.2 batteries with 2 separate inverters that use radio frequency and not cables or Wi-Fi to connect to the incoming electrical supply, which is down at the house that you can't see. This was a magnificent bit of engineering that we did and stopped us having to dig up this wonderful garden that you can see that could have added thousands of pounds to the cost of the job. But it's all working wonderfully, and Paul is more than pleased with the outcome that we delivered for him.
My name's Paul Kelly. I'm a facilitator with Pandec Group. So after 10 years of living in a flat where electricity prices weren't too bad, moved in here mid-pandemics and then realised that actually electricity bills were much more than what I was paying for when it's a larger house. So we looked at the opportunity for see where we could kind of capture some energy in somehow, both for the environment and for, I suppose, the pocket. We looked at a couple of different companies that came out and they bamboozled us with numbers and different acronyms, to which just left us feeling uncomfortable. We came across Vision 2030 in kind of within the region, met up with Gary. He sent out somebody to actually talk to us about what is this? What are the differences between all these different numbers and these different names? And we kind of got that feeling where actually now it's beginning to make sense. We knew we couldn't put it on the front of the building in the main house, but this at the end of the garden, which was south facing, kind of gave us the opportunity to explore it. And actually having somebody that you could talk with when doing the design by saying, look, if we're going to put some of them landscape wise, can we have them at the top? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, it's a space we're going to look at constantly. Then also having kind of the opportunity to say, I have an idea, can we still put some on the front? Because the building's black, so it's not going to make any difference. So actually just being able to kind of bring ideas forward and then let them do the problem solving. We've got X amount of sun during the year. We know it's not going to be a money maker, but it's actually going to counterbalance. And I think with Gary and the team, they're very clear that, you know, you're not going to make money out of this, but this is, one, it's going to be better for the environment. 2, it's also going to be an opportunity for you to reduce your bills. And it's a long-term investment. One of the kind of key things was that, you know, we were given very clear information at the beginning about actually, this is how long it's going to take. This is what's going to be involved. This is, you know, where you kind of your break-even point may be. And, you know, this was even before the astronomical price changes that have happened in the last 12 months. We had one issue where we think a bird flew into one of the panels that was on the wall. Don't know how it missed it, but it seemed to have hit it, which it made it crack and so forth. We rang up, we reported it, not a problem whatsoever. It was replaced within, I think, probably about 24 or 48 hours. Engineers were booked in a time that were convenient for us. Swapped, change over, not a problem, all under the guarantees, which was, for us, was reassuring. Why I would recommend Vision 2030 is because the clarity that comes with it and the honesty. You know, there's that, for us, that was really important. If you're going to spend X amount of thousands of pounds, you want to feel comfortable with it. We didn't get upsells, we didn't get pushy sales, we didn't get constant emails coming through if we hadn't made our minds up like we did with other companies. And actually we felt comfortable asking silly questions. You know, what's the difference between that number and this number and those letters after it, and what's the difference between an inverter and all of this? We felt it was comfortable to ask them because it's not our area of specialism, but it's a big something going into the house. So we we want a little bit of information about it. So for us, it was about the clarity, it's about the honesty, it's about the openness, and that's why we would recommend them as a household to anybody else, and have done already.
So we hope you've enjoyed looking at some of our more challenging installations, but don't worry, not all of our installations are challenging, and we do a lot of standard installations that range from 4 panels up to 24 panels. These are standard systems that you'll see on roofs across the UK, and we've probably installed a lot of them. So as we move forward in the technology that's available, just get in touch with us and let's discuss your project and your roof and your requirements. Vision2030 is the company to come to when you need solar and battery for your property.